What's going on, YouTube? California Prepper here. This is going to be a video response to TRprepper. He's asked us to do a video and show him one of our most outlandish preps. Now, he doesn't mean outlandish to the people in our community. He's talking about when you're talking to somebody that doesn't prep, you know, what are the things you tend to stay away from. Now, myself, I know there's key words I try not to use. You know, there's key things I try not to talk with people. You know, there's key things you try not to talk with people about, because people that aren't in this world can't take it all in like that. You have to slowly bring them in. You know, you got to start in with their toes and let them, you know, work their way into the water. You just can't chuck them into the deep end and expect them to be able to take it all in, because they're just going to look at you crazy, and, you know, it's too much for them to take all at once, so they're just going to say you're nuts and stray away from you. So with that being said, this is one of those things that I really don't tend to bring up until I know somebody's really serious about prepping. And I know to people in our community, it's one of those things like, man, if you don't, you know, it's, you know, most of us have them. Anyways, it's not really that big of a deal. But what I'm talking about is gas masks. Now, they're still in the bag. This is the first time I'm pulling this one out of the bag. These are the Israeli gas masks, and they have the filter and the drinking straw snugly inside. But I have 5 of these. I got a lot of 5 of them. So I have one for myself, my wife, one for both of my kids, and I have an extra. And when you tell people you have a gas mask, that's when you hear the snickering. That's when everybody gets quiet and the rolling of the eyes happens. And to tell you the truth, I don't see how they would see it's that outlandish. I mean, do they not remember that in, you know, past wars, how relevant these things were? Almost everybody had one of these in there, or multiples. You know, every family member had to have a gas mask. So it just, it's crazy to me how everybody else can see corruption in other people's governments. You know, you can look at North Korea and, oh, that government, they're so corrupt. You know, why can't you see that our government is that same way? Our government can be that same corrupt government. But we just think, oh no, that can't happen here. So why would you need a gas mask in America? You live in the U.S. You better get yourself one, is all I can say. For those who don't have one, I bet you'll wish you had one. When I'm running around with my gas mask on and I can breathe and you can't, and you're falling down gasping, you're going to say, hey man, let me get that extra gas mask. And I'm just going to look at you and laugh. So, as outlandish as you may think it is, I think it's a necessity, and that's why I keep them in our preps. It's one of those things you gotta have, but you can't just have a gas mask. You also have to have extra filters, and that's what I'm working on now, is getting some extra filters and to make sure that they're in date, and trying to get more up-to-date filters. So that's it, brother. Hopefully this is what you were looking for, and that's gonna do it. California Prepper, I'm out of here.